What's up? So, if you've come to this video, then you probably want to know what the creative mode for No Man's Sky looks like, and are probably ultimately trying to figure out if you should buy this game again. And I'll just briefly show you what it's like, and then you can make that decision for yourself. I will try to show you everything in less than 15 minutes. But this game does take a while to load some scenes. But creative mode takes away the need for mining, harvesting anything, and it takes away the need for credits. You don't need either one of those things at all. You're also immortal. Nothing can kill you. So you can see that this planet has acidic dust, which means it has a high toxicity. Which means you need like extra life support and all that other crap. Well, in creative mode you don't. You see the toxicity level just doesn't drop, or your hazard protection doesn't drop. This planet actually looks pretty nice. Some of them just look like total garbage. So what you start off with is your regular ship and this little circular building. Now your ship is not damaged. There are things you need to install on it. You get a couple of sheets, like you don't need this. You just delete it in creative mode. You install your hyperdrive, and you can just hit X to recharge it. You don't need the resources to recharge it. Same thing with the pulse jet and this phase coolant thing, whatever. And that's it for that. The exosuit is pretty standard. You can put your sprint, your jetpack booster, and this life support thing, which isn't needed because you're immortal. And these are also garbage. I'll keep the plutonium just for the hell of it. Same thing with multi-tool. I think there's a couple of things you can put, like your plasma launcher on there if you want to blow shit up. And just tap X, completely charge. Do the bolt caster. So now we have a weapon. Not that you need it because you're immortal. Your scanner's there. You can, the minerals are now labeled, like you can tell what they are now. So before we look at the jet, we're going to go in this little circular building, which is, you can find these in your regular game by pressing up on the D-pad and going to the signal booster. And you can tell in the bottom right it takes 50 iron and 25 platinum. Relatively cheap in order to build these. Slap one down and then you can access it. And you can go to habitable base. And that will show you where you can find one of these guys. Just go ahead and delete that out of the world. Come in. This wall rotates around. Access this and you claim this planet as your home planet, which means that you can have more than one base, but I mean you can only have one active base, but you can move your base easy enough. So the first thing I want to do, or the first thing you would want to do, is have a nice place to park your ship. You've got to have a space boat dock right here. And I don't know what this costs or anything. Then you call your ship, and your ship comes and lands like that. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but there's a lot that you can do to this. You can make it tall. You can make walkways come across to other circular buildings. Have it come down. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. Let me see if I can do it. I think, yeah, you can make your landing pad up there. So, the way you get up there, though, I feel like I need to show you this because there's a lot of YouTube videos that are like, oh, the ladders don't work. Ladders work perfectly fine for me. I don't know why the ladders wouldn't work for you. The hardest part is finding the damn ladders. That's the hardest part of it here, right here. You just look at the top and click. Click. you come up, and this is the top level. And where is... Oh, I must have put it over here. So we can make our ship come over here and up top instead. So now we're on the upper floor. I wasn't sure if you could do this or not, but apparently you can. And you can even do a combination of these round buildings and cuboid buildings. So it's really cool. You know, you can do a lot with your little space station. You can put specialist terminals in and hire people from space stations to work for you, which will help you get the blueprints for weapon upgrades and ship upgrades, all kinds of stuff like that. Next thing I want to show is the freighters. Now, whenever you first enter a system, sometimes it takes a second for the freighters to appear. But we've been here a while, so here are the freighters. And when you fly toward these freighters, one of them is going to ping a marker. There it is. And you see how it has these lights coming out the bridge? That is actually... if I can get to it. Aw. Too close. I should take my driver's license away. Hey. Alright. Let's back up. This has never happened before. Gotta get in there. There we go. And ships come and go through here just like they do in a space station. This virtually is a space station. There's 9 spots to land. 3 rows of 3. So, in order to buy it, you have to go run inside. And there's like this center area up here. And you look for the marker. It's toward the front of the ship, but you look for that marker right there. And that's how you know which way to go. Come in here. The windows looking out is a live view. That's an actually what's going on. It's not simulated, in other words. Talk to this guy, and if you got 5 million credits, I think it's something like 5.5 million credits is the cheapest one I've seen, you can buy this freighter. But we're in creative mode. That doesn't matter. So you can just snag it up. 18 slots, I accept. That's a long freighter. So yay, you got a freighter. Not that it's useful to have in creative mode, but hey, at least you can practice building, practice what everything's about. Also, I read somewhere from Hello Games that this is the first of many updates to the game. I was kind of hoping there was another ship. Yeah. Let's get this ugly ship, shall we? Why not? Money's useless, right? Doesn't matter. Wow. He's interesting looking, huh? Make offer on Lifeform Starship. 22 slots. I think mine has 13. 15. So we'll go ahead and transfer this iron over and accept. Now this is our ship. So now we can take this iron. We can... It's in our starship already. So let's see. We have anything? Yeah, we have plutonium in the exosuit. So we can transfer that to starship. And then we can actually go to the freighter that we're sitting in. Press triangle and take stuff from the starship and store it in the freighter. Another thing that they've added to the game is that, let's see if I can use some of this photon cannon. You can press down on the D-pad and directly charge your things now. And you can call your freighter, even though it's right behind us, you can call it to show up right over there. And you'll see that it is no longer right behind us. We took it out of formation of these other freighters. In creative mode, you can attack these freighters and they don't send out distress signals. Their alarm goes off. And it does shoot out material. See it right here. Oh wait, something was shooting me. Your ship doesn't take damage. And these things right here blow up. So you can press down, go to the galaxy map, and we can shoot off to this. Warp out in the middle of combat. Nobody cares. I'm sure I only have a couple minutes left in this video. I just want to show you one last thing. So I'm leaving behind my base. I'm leaving behind my freighter. I'm in a completely new area now. So I can go to that cluster of ships and get a new freighter, or I can just call mine in. There's my freighter. So once it's in the system, I can actually go to the starbase, which I noticed you warp in right next to the space stations now. Sometimes you come into a system directly broadside the space station and flip out of control. I guess there's still a couple of bugs that need to be worked out for that. But coming into the space station, you remember how you could never really open this door on the left, and it was kind of like a secret little shut-off area that there was... Nobody knew what was in there, and there was like a sheer lack of Atlas Pass 3 and all this other crap. Well, now that door is green. I don't know why it's green. You can just come in here. It just opens up for you now. Now you still need Atlas passes to get down the hallways to these extra doors. You can see it's red. Normally what's in here is nothing. It's just plants. You can get a bunch of carbon out of it. Sometimes there's tech. Most of the time there isn't. Then there's this thing right here, which is called a terminus. Let's pretend that I just jumped 100 times and I'm 100 systems away from my home base. I can access this and teleport directly back to my home planet, in my home system, at my home base, in my central room of my base. And everything comes with me. So if I farm a bunch of shit, load up the freighter, load up my starship, have a full exosuit, all of that's great. I can teleport all of it back to my home planet, to the surface. Well, the ship and me, not my freighter. But you can actually summon your freighter nearby. It's still, there is a proximity. You have to be near your freighter in order to move minerals into it. But you can summon your freighter to orbit of the planet you're on while you're sitting on the ground. So here I am at my base. I can step outside. I can look up at the sky and summon my freighter. And there it is. Now, there are these things here. These are storage containers. I can place a storage container and then unload into the storage container. It only has 5 slots. I don't know if that was intended or not. But you have to bring things into your exosuit in order to put them in storage. But you can attach more to it, like this, and make your storage bigger and bigger, and however you want. And you can put, you can have cuboid structures. I don't know why that's so small. That's not even what I wanted. This is what I wanted. A cuboid room. Put a window on it. And I think you can do this. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not really sure what this goes to. But, I mean, there's still a lot that I haven't figured out with all of this yet. Like what this is. I guess it's just decoration. It's odd. You can't interact with it, so I don't know what it's for.